What if I told you that this is actually your season? What if I told you that this was your season and the only thing that has held you back is the fact that you keep stopping to focus on what everyone else around you is saying and what they are doing? What if I told you that you were so talented, that you were so gifted, and that you had so much destiny inside of you that the only thing that has stopped you from actually seeing everything that you believe come to pass is the fact that you keep stopping to listen to people that aren't going anywhere? So many times in life, we allow the distractions of what people say, what people do, how people treat us. We allow those distractions to stop us so that we can focus on those things and in some massive attempt to try to change their opinion. But friends, I want to share with you that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, when someone has decided that they are not going to like you, when someone has decided that they're going to find something wrong with you, there is nothing that you can do besides keep going. And it is in the act of you continuing to do what you were called to do that suddenly those same people that aren't moving anywhere, that aren't going anywhere, their voices become stifled. You know, I was watching something the other day, regardless of what your political belief is. I was watching a young lady the other day that people had begun to recognize this particular person across this nation in the United States. They had begun to recognize her. Eyes had begun to be pointed towards her. Regardless to whether you like her, whether you don't like her, everyone's attention has started to notice one particular person. It's a politician. And this particular politician is, in her own words, she is spitting and giving truths. She's doing what she's been purposed to do, what she's been called to do. And recently, there was one misstatement that was made about this particular person, where an interview that was done where she was talking, where they cut the interview before you could hear the rest of her sentence. And so they took one word and everyone began to take that one word out of context. They begin to use that one word to push a narrative that people who were jealous of what she was doing, people that were not happy about what she was doing, begin to gravitate towards that one word, and they begin to make this an entire narrative. This woman I'm talking about is Jasmine Crockett. Regardless whether you like her or whether you don't like her, she has gained the attention of millions of people across this nation. And taking one phrase where she made a statement without proper context and without continuing to play it, you have people that look just like her, people that have the same gender as her, people that have maybe some of the same beliefs as her, that were at once supporting her, that started looking at her sideways. And Jasmine Crockett's whole purpose and her whole goal is to continue doing what she is doing, and not to pay attention to the noise, because they can take one thing that you do out of context. I want you to think about this in your own personal life. How when you are focused on being a kind person, doing what you're supposed to do, how you will always have one person that will take one isolated incident in your life and try to build an entire synopsis on one particular part of your life. The truth is, if we look at any person in one part of their life without giving it proper context, we can take that person and misjudge that person in totality. I want you to think about how many times in a relationship that you've been in a relationship with someone and they have taken one little thing and they have made a mountain out of a molehill. And they've changed their perspective and then begin to talk about you to other people to get others to change their perspectives of you as well. We cannot pay attention to the noise. When you are a person that is focused on doing what you're purposed to do in this earth, when you are a person that is focused on building and creating and loving and growing, you will always have people that will catch you and take you out of context, and people will thrive off of finding anything they can find out wrong about you, because ultimately they'll allow the enemy to use them and to conspire against you in order to make others change their opinion of you. But you can't stop every time that happens in your life. Every time someone takes you out of context, every time someone begins to talk about you or say something about you, you cannot stop and focus on them. There was this one scripture that I want to give for those that need to hear a scripture, those that love the word. There is a scripture in Philippians chapter 4, verse number 8. It says, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are of good report or just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things." Man, you can't focus with the noise. And I get it that we are in this generation where in our pockets, we hold 1 billion people's opinion of one post. And so it can be difficult for us to learn how to filter out the noise and the opinion. And I also get it that sometimes the noise can come from those that are in your family. The noise can come from those that you work with. The noise can come from those that you live with. The noise can come from those that are the closest to you. But this is why you've got to be so locked in that you do not allow the noise and the opinions of others to make you stop going towards the direction that you were meant to go. Friends, we're going to always have those that are going to try to prevent us from moving forward. The enemy is very strategic and he is very cunning, and he will make you believe that every single time something is said about you, every time someone has an opinion of you, every time someone turns their back on you, that is something that you must focus on in order to try to stop or to prevent. But you don't have anything to prove to anyone besides to yourself. And what you have to prove to yourself is that you're going to keep going despite the odds. If you stop building every time someone asks you a question, if you stop building to address someone every single time someone did something or said something wrong, you would never build your house. You've got to learn to filter out the noise and focus on the direction that you are meant to go. Constantly reacting to others' opinions, it puts you in this reactive space where you are constantly responding and reacting. And as long as you are reacting, you're not being proactive and you're not being focused on the goal that's at hand. And as long as the enemy knows that will work in your life, he will keep people around you to constantly make statements. Friends, I have gotten to the place in my life that I don't even pay attention to the comments on social media. I don't pay attention to them. I just post what I know I'm supposed to post. I do what I know I'm supposed to do. And I just cannot give any credence to what anyone has to say. I can't give any credence to what anyone likes to think, because there are people that are used by the enemy in order to distract you every single time. Friends, this message for this particular Sunday, as you begin to plan for your week, the success that you know is going to be over your life, the success in your family, the success in your relationships, you've got to begin to do the focus in a way that you're not paying attention to the noise. And a matter of fact, you can't even give room to the noise. I was having a conversation with my niece. I love my niece so much. And I overheard her telling someone about a relationship that she was dealing with. And I said to her in the spur of the moment, stop telling people your business. Even me, don't tell people your business, because isn't it something how the moment you tell somebody what you're doing, that is the same moment that you also find struggle and trouble. I don't know whether it's in you sharing it out of your mouth and the enemy hears it. I don't know if it's in the fact that everybody around you is not always for you. It could be a conglomerate of different things that could cause this to happen. But if you really want to be successful in what you're doing, put your head in the sand and keep going, and stop telling people what you're working on. Let your results show. Let what you do, the work that you do, speak for you. Stop stopping to address every single person, because what we do know is that misery loves company. People that are not going anywhere have the most time in the world to stop and point their fingers at someone who is. You don't need validation from people who are not willing and ready to support you. You don't need validation from people that are not uplifting you. People who, if you look at their lives, the truth is they haven't done anything noteworthy. They don't have a relationship that you aspire to have. They don't have things in their life that you are working towards having. So once you stop addressing those people and focusing on what is true, whatever is of good report, whatever is noble, focus on these things. Stop worrying about who's not supporting you. Just note that those are people that you can no longer focus on. Stop worrying about who's not celebrating your success, even though you have celebrated theirs. It's just God's way of showing you and revealing to you who can go with you in this next season. Stop worrying about the people that you've heard gossip behind your back. Let them gossip. The whole time they're gossiping, their lives are falling apart. And if you stop to address it, yours will fall apart not too far behind them. Friends, stay silent in this season and focus on the direction that you're going. Don't be distracted by the outside noise around you. Don't be distracted about even those that are closest to you that aren't celebrating you. You celebrate yourself. Get around people that are celebrating you. Allow God to move you in the direction that you are meant to go by seeing what's flowing naturally in your favor. As you go through this week, I'm praying over your life. I'm praying over your decisions. I'm praying for clarity for you. I'm praying for you that every day this week, you will remember that there is a divine purpose for your life. I'm praying that you will remember when you go on that job that you're not just there to collect a paycheck, but that you are there to make a change. I am praying that you don't become distracted about relationships of what people are saying and what people are doing around you. I pray that you don't become distracted by those that hurt you in your past, but you know that you are worthy of love. I am praying that you will build that business and you won't allow anyone who's not moving any directions that you want to go to distract you from building that business. I'm praying that every day this week you do something to better your life and to thrust you forward into your future. Don't give any more attention to the things that cause the noise. Focus on what things work for you. Focus on what's on your side and watch how quickly you'll begin to build. Friends, I am thanking each and every one of you for subscribing on each of my social media platforms. We are in a time we don't know what platform is going to go away. And so I want to thank you for subscribing on every single platform and following me. On Instagram. It is my goal this week, within the next couple of days, that we can increase that platform to 100,000. And guess what? You can help me to do that. If you will share, if you will jump in, if you will comment, we can do that, and we can continue to lift the vibration of those that are around us, and we can build and we can grow together. Thank you, each and every one of you, for every single time you give to me, that you Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or whatever you all are doing, because you're coming in so many different directions. Thank you. You have no earthly idea how much that helps me to continue to do what I do every single day. Thank you for being a blessing to me, because I hope that I am a blessing to you and to your family. Again, thank you. I love you. Let's have an amazing week this week. Stay focused. God bless you.